I decided to become a teacher because I needed a change in my life. I thought that I was going to go down the path of just staying in the personal sector and getting your money, retiring, but I felt very dissatisfied with life. I was up for another promotion and I was offered the job and I said no. And so I had a conversation with my wife, with my friends, family, and they all recommended that perhaps I should pursue teaching. I used to always teach my two nieces. They used to struggle with, in the classroom setting, and they still do right now because they're in a school environment where they're not necessarily valued. Whenever school was out, I would tutor them and help them get caught up for the year. That kind of helped me solidify, I guess, in my gut that this is probably the best thing for me to do, something I could be good at. It's been one of the best decisions that I've ever made. My name is AJ Gipson, and I teach at Cesar Chavez Learning Center. My day begins generally around 4 a.m., so I like to get up, I'll go work out. After that, make breakfast, look at my emails, make sure I'm all caught up from school. From there, I get to school, we have our social distance duties that we start. And that's my duty is I'm placed at the door, making sure everyone's sanitized, they have their mask, and just greeting every single student that comes in, making sure they're feeling valued. From there, I head to my classroom, go ahead and set up and ask my host teacher the questions for the day. What is their plan? Is everything, am I synced? And then from there, I do my assistant teaching or co-teaching. My duties in the classroom mostly start from running the morning meetings, co-teaching throughout the day, lesson planning with my host teacher, and managing communications between myself and the host teacher and the parents. I'm with Miss Evans in 3rd grade, and she's just like the culmination of 20 plus years of this is what I've been doing, this is what works for me. Her biggest thing is just do you whenever you're in the classroom, and I appreciate her giving me that space to kind of like teach in my own style. That way I can take everything that I'm learning here from Urban Teachers and from JHU and reach the students the best way I can, and it's nice to have her support for that. And around 11 a.m., 11:30, I have my lunch duties, and from there we do my 2nd class in person. And then after that, we have dismissal, where we're making sure all the students are with their guardians. And then I head home, fight the traffic, and then we start schoolwork with JHU. The coursework is very challenging because you're being challenged to think beyond your own perspectives, your own biases. My relationship with the faculty is very positive. Right now, I'm always in touch with Professor Yolanda Sales and Professor Christina Sterling because they're just a resource beyond the classroom, and they're always challenging me and asking me the next question of the day. So where are you going next? And it kind of helps me dig deep within myself in order to develop and become the best education specialist that I could be. I think with other teacher programs, they're kind of teaching you to be a teacher. But Urban Teachers, they're teaching you to be a specialist among teachers in order to kind of battle these big issues that we're facing in life. So my coaches with Urban Teachers, I've had 2. So I started off with Professor Lachelle Morsch, and she was great. She had this way of connecting you back to reality. You have your plans in life, but you need to understand you're not perfect, okay? And I really appreciated her for that. And now I'm with Professor Laurie Jones, and she has been just as amazing. Her knowledge is so vast. I have yet to find a question that I could ask her that she can't answer, which is it's phenomenal. It's almost like she belongs on Jeopardy. But life advice, personal care, whenever I was super stressed out, she was there to kind of hey, look, this is what you probably should do. Don't stress yourself out. Whenever I have questions about my lesson plans, if I feel like they're not up to par, or if I feel like I'm missing something, she'll take a look. She always finds time to kind of be there in your life. It's almost like your guardian angel. She had noticed that whenever I was teaching during my first observation that I would kind of go on a monologue for too long and they would look kind of restless. So now I would break it up in like intervals and then like introduce a dance in there or some music and then like connect it back to the material that we're learning. So I kind of took that and ran with it, and it became like this huge thing to where we're always dancing in class as much as we can. I'm being trained to teach beyond the classroom. So instead of just teaching kids just a bunch of information that they can recall, congrats, they can test well, and that's great, right? But how does that help them beyond this? It's not just, I need to know this because I want to get good grades. I need to know this because I want to do these things in life. It's why the reason I have a dream agreement. I interview all my students and I want to know, what do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, and they tell me, let's say I want to be the president or something. And so I take that information, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do. So when you're in this classroom, I'm going to push you. I'm going to make sure that you're going to be the best person that you can be, and I'm going to hold you to the standard because I want to see you be your dream. You want to be the president? Fine, let's make that happen. And I'm going to equip you in any way that I can in order to get there. They're going to remember the information, but they're going to remember that experience. I want them to take this information and take it back to their communities where they live in. I want them to inspire their friends. I want them to inspire their family